Welcome back, investors, to Ticker Time News. I'm Adam. And Upstart electric vehicle maker Rivian, ticker symbol RIVN, reported Q4 results that missed EPS and revenue estimates. But that's not the primary reason for why its shares fell 7.5%. Since the company just began delivering its first R1T pickup trucks last October, investors are not placing much emphasis on its current financial performance. Instead, the focal point resides on Rivian's production progress, order rates, and expectations for bottom line improvements in the future. On these items, the news is mixed at best in the short term, but Rivian's future still looks bright as popularity for EVs continue to take off. Look, I know EVs are a really small percentage of vehicles sold today, but that percentage will continue to grow over the decades to come. It starts off slow, then all of a sudden. And don't forget about all the infrastructure that still needs to get built out. Look to ChargePoint or Blink Charging as examples on that. Oh, and come join us in beating this crazy market by clicking the first link in the description. I'll see you there. Okay, back to Rivian. The most significant source of the disappointment came from Rivian's 2022 vehicle production guidance of only 25,000 vehicles. That's half the amount Rivian originally expected to produce for this year. And since the projection also fell well short of the analyst expectations, fiscal year 22 revenue estimates needed to be recalculated lower. Unsurprisingly, the all too familiar supply chain disruptions are the main culprit. Now, what's especially discouraging is that Rivian expects these constraints to persist throughout 2022. This outlook does sync with Tesla's commentary from its Q4 earnings reported on January the 26th, when Tesla stated that its own factories have been running below capacity for several quarters, as supply chain became the main limiting factor, which is likely to continue throughout 2022. Unfortunately, many other companies this earnings season have said the exact same thing. So when is this supply chain going to get worked out? By the end of 2022? Maybe going into 2023? Now, aside from the light production guidance, there were a few other key points that I should mention. First, demand is currently not a concern, as net R1 pre-orders climbed to 83,000 from just 71,000 last quarter. It's important to note that the 20% price increase that Rivian announced last week does not impact pre-orders prior to March 1st. The good news is that pre-orders have still been accumulating at about the same rate as they were before the price announcement. Whether that trend holds, though, will be the big question moving forward. Next, although profitability isn't a major concern at this point, Rivian's fiscal year 22 adjusted EBITDA guidance of a loss of $4.75 billion is a bit of a letdown. The weak outlook goes hand in hand with Rivian's reduced production forecast, as gross profit per vehicle will be forced downward. Once the company can ramp up production volumes, it will achieve efficiencies of scale and stronger product margins. Last, and adding a degree of difficulty, is the fact that Rivian is attempting to ramp up its production of 3 vehicles at the same time. Different models require different components, parts, and manufacturing processes. Making the task far more challenging is this supply-constrained environment. Now, on the positive side, Rivian's production rate has improved recently. Specifically, during the 2 trailing weeks prior to March 8, the company averaged a weekly production rate that was about 2 times the exit rate of Q4. So far in 2022, Rivian has produced 1,410 vehicles compared to only 1,015 vehicles completed in fiscal year 21. That's not a bad start. When Rivian went public to great fanfare last November, hopes that it could become the next Tesla sent its stock soaring by as much as 130% over the first few days of trading. That excitement has since faded, as supply chains have crippled its production capabilities. However, the primary attributes that drove that bullishness, high quality EV maker, strong secular EV trends remain, making Rivian a compelling long-term investment. I hope this helps straighten out Rivian's Q4 earnings and its outlook. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or if you have a different viewpoint. Smash that like button, share this video, and beat this crazy market with us by clicking the first link in the description. And if it's your first time watching, click subscribe. For Ticker Time News, I'm Adam. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.